A study has come out showing that the series of Trump super spreader campaign rallies that we've joked about for the past few months indeed did lead to people getting coronavirus. This is a study conducted by 4 Stanford University economic researchers. They determined that across 18 rallies, the bulk of which took place over the past summer, quote, ultimately resulted in more than 30,000 incremental confirmed cases of COVID-19 and likely led to more than 700 deaths. And this is the sort of story that on its face seems so crazy, so unthinkable, so dark that you like sort of have to knee-jerk respond by saying that can't be true. And yet, there's a lot of good reason to believe that it is true. Let's go through just a little bit of their evidence. The study examined 18 counties that hosted Trump rallies in locations such as Tulsa, Oklahoma, Phoenix, Arizona, and Winston-Salem, North Carolina, held between June 20th and September 22nd. It then compared the rate of post-rally COVID-19 infections in the host counties to that of comparable counties that did not host a rally. So they found counties that were demographically similar in a number of ways, and then they compared the two, with Trump's rallies sort of operating as natural experiments, effectively.
Oh my God.
And remember, thousands of people would show up to these. They would stampede over each other. They wouldn't wear masks. Some of them, although the minority, literally the only minority that was there, some were indoors, most were outdoors, but they all had large amounts of people. And the authors say, for the vast majority of county matching procedures we employ, our estimate of the average treatment effect across the 18 rallies implies that they increase subsequent confirmed cases of COVID-19 by more than 250 per 100,000 residents. They extrapolated that figure to the entire sample, concluding that it had led to those thousands of new infections and likely hundreds of deaths. And look, we've been expecting this from the very beginning. We know of at least one very notable person who died as a result of it, who is a big Trump fan at one of those rallies that they looked at in Tulsa. So I guess we can't be too shocked. Although, good luck on getting any of the red hats to accept any of this research, Francesca.
I just want to say that if Trump does win, I want a taxidermied Herman Cain to appear at the inauguration. I expect him to speak. I expect him to be an animatronic staple of the White House upon entry. That's just what I would like from this administration that clearly didn't care about one of its surrogates. Yeah, this is obvious. This is obvious that this was going to happen. These are super spreader events. I'm only minimally glad that it's not colder, because they would definitely have held more rallies inside had it been colder.
Yeah.
And you're almost like a little bit of a like, well, thanks for holding it outside, even though people are freezing to death. But of course this was going to happen. Of course. And this is what love is, dude. Like, if you're willing to die for a politician, that's love. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a presidency. It's not, it's a cult, but it is love.
Yeah, Bernie's cool. I wouldn't let Bernie choke me to death. I wouldn't. I'll get back to you on AOC, but I'm not letting Bernie choke me to death. I'll say that. Like, I support politicians. I don't drink the cyanide flavored Kool-Aid for politicians.
You know how much Republicans want to be choked out by AOC? Oh, Republicans are like, yes. Like Ben Shapiro would like nothing more. Please choke me out. I would appreciate it like nothing more than to be choked out by AOC. I hate you so much. I'm gonna yell socialism as you choke me out. But and yes.
How dare she wear fancy clothes and look so good? How dare she? Anyway.
How much did that blazer cost?
Oh, okay.
Where's your sticking spindle? Anyway, Holy Roller said that Trump is the Johnny Appleseed of COVID. Yeah, that's the thing. And I'm reacting with my defense mechanism, which is to sort of make a joke out of it or whatever, or what passes for a joke from me. She's making the real jokes. But think about that. 700 deaths, maybe they're a little bit high, maybe they're a little bit low, but think about that, 700 families effectively who have lost someone. And they may not even know. Some of them may suspect, some of them may know that these people who are going to these rallies are probably being really unsafe in general, but those families have been wrecked. No family gets to lose a person to COVID and think, well, it's not so bad because we've got Trump. It becomes real for you. They weren't flown to Walter Reed. They didn't get the monkey meds. They weren't saved. Like, it is the same for them as for us. Everything else about COVID is different. They don't care about it, it's fake, it's made up, until your relative dies.
Yep.
Until they waste away in a hospital and you can't go near them and then they're dead.
But
then it becomes very real.
John, think about that is such a perfect explanation for the difference between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, the difference between a conservative and a liberal, the difference, right, but between progressives and extremists. It is exactly that. It's I don't have empathy or care about my fellow American, human, community, family member, really, until it hits me. I am see no evil, hear no evil, until it hits my family. Oh yeah. Gays don't deserve the same rights as everybody else. Oh, then my daughter is gay. Like it's the same thing everywhere. Like yeah. And that is it's so small-minded. It's like the stupidest way to understand the world, right? And you can kind of draw parallels to things like fiscal conservatism and not wanting to pay more taxes. How small-minded and selfish are you? Don't you understand like the health of like an entire community and an entire country also impacts you? Don't you understand that when you pay taxes, that the education getting better in your community actually benefits you, right? Like, don't you understand? Or do you just wanna like hunker down with your gun and keep your money and then just shoot at anyone who comes on your property? Like, this is a world view, and you're seeing the extreme of it when it comes to COVID. You guys, 100,000 cases in a day in the US on Friday. We broke our own record. We broke the one-day record that India held, like something like 98,000. We broke it on Friday. It's getting worse.
Yeah, and you really have to give it to America because India has like 4 times the population of America, and we were able to pass them. Yeah, what is that going to look like in a couple of weeks? And Trump, by the way, to your point about thank God it wasn't colder, he's not stopping those rallies. All throughout election week, he's gonna be doing rallies. If there's weeks of challenges, he's gonna be doing rallies. It's gonna get colder and colder and colder. And then you get to make the great decision. Do you go to the indoor Trump rallies where you're even more likely to get COVID than otherwise? Or do you go to the outdoor ones where they leave you to die from hypothermia afterward? We're not even covering that. They did it a couple more times over the weekend. They just left their people to suffer and potentially die in the parking lot. You're not supposed to be able to kill your supporters and still win elections. I don't know exactly what the founders were thinking, but I'm pretty sure that if you'd asked them, they thought that killing your supporters was a disqualifier in a democracy. They must have assumed that at some point. They should have codified it. They really should have planned ahead on that one.
Are they still making people sign NDAs?
Are
they just signing it in like
at the rallies?
Like at the rallies, right? Like that they will not.
I don't know.
I'm sure they're just like lick here to say that you don't hold us responsible. Something like that. I don't know.
I don't want it. I don't want it. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.